bread comes. Chef Callie kind of helped them create what they're doing over there.
Yep.
Years ago, and so their bread is fucking fire. That crust slaps.
And then another random question: chicken parm. You got a chicken parm spot?
Quality Italian up in Cherry
not
Creek.
That fake quality. No, that's not chicken parm. I'm talking about like a chicken parm wedge.
You
you eat everywhere.
You probably have to go to. I'd say Gaetano's is the last good one I had, which is on 38.
Yeah.
Grandma's also up in like Wheat Ridge is a pretty good Italian spot that does like real hearty sized dishes, both pizza and Italian dishes.
Yeah.
So check them, but definitely Gaetano's.
So I'm such a chicken parm snob. I have my brother send chicken parms from the East Coast.
I thought brother was in Cali.
No, brother is in New York City. He's a New York City guy. He's a finance guy. So he's coming out in 8 days, and he's bringing 12 chicken parms. And there's one for you.
Are you going to ask him to bring some Prince Street, too?
Hey, I mean, that's a big stretch. He's got a kid, so you got to carry the kid. On the other hand, you better have my chicken parms from Vinny's, dude. Level pizza, dude.
So let's talk food. Other cities. You've lived in some meccas, San Fran, New York. What's your favorite non-Colorado city for food?
I mean, it's got to be the city, man. New York. SF throws down some gear.
I love Asian food.
I got a buddy with that place up in wine country, and man, St. Helena has got.
So we were trying to go to Napa for me and the girlfriend during COVID last year, cheap flights and everything.
Yeah.
But then fucking Napa caught on fire. Well, Napa caught on fire.
Yeah, fires. There's a lot of issues. California is a mess. We love California, and I hopefully migrate back to the coast at some point here. But
retire first. Get your taxes here. Or pay your taxes here.
Yeah, California is not a place to be a businessman. Unless I don't know. These guys are creative. Whoever the guys are making a lot of money out there, they are getting creative.
Lots of donations.
Yeah, with their accountants. Because I couldn't figure out how to make it work out there. But yeah, I would say, it's got to be a toss up between SF and New York for me.
Well,
but
no shit.
They're the two. They're only cities. I've never done Chicago. I'm not a big Midwest guy.
I don't think you would put Chicago in the same realm
of
LA, San Fran, New York.
No.
I'd say New Orleans.
Yeah, and that's another place I have never been.
Oh, see, I'll take you to New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm down.
You take me to Spanibus.
Yeah, let's do Spanibus. Yeah, I would say
I got killer connects in New Orleans.
I'm down.
We can go see chefs. We can go see my guy.
That'd be fun.
My guy.
And if we bring a bunch of good weed, we'll be sitting pretty.
Primo.
Yeah. I've never met a chef that doesn't like pot.
Yeah, I was definitely talking about weed.
It seems to be something that binds us together. It's definitely
it's the intersect.
I think it is. And I think it's like, and especially there's a lot of crossover between wine and cannabis and food. It's just all overlaps. Because I think it's just caring about the quality or uniqueness or differentiating aspects of it. Because like weed is just so unique. There's so many different smells, tastes, terpenes, just flavors, and same with food. There's good food, there's bad food, there's commercial weed, there's craft weed. There's generic $2 chuck, which is excellent, and then there's high-end wine. I think it's. It's the search for something that's better. And, I'm not a beer guy, and I respect all the brewing guys. I can't say I'm beer. I'm not a beer guy.
I'm not either. It's not going to give me the buzz.
I just have a cider. I'm like, dude, I'm good on the cider, man. Like, I respect it. Like, it's a craft, but it's not for me, But it's that same thing. It's the pursuit of something unique, different, and just doing it really well. And I respect that, whatever hustle you're in. And that's, like, my biggest thing. I was like, whatever you do, whether you're a server, bartender, grower, businessman, whatever you do, just do it as best as possible, man.
Give it your all. Be passionate about it.
And it translates through whatever you're doing, whether you're cleaning windows or growing weed. It's going to translate.
Shout out to Van Morrison. Yeah. He's a little bit of a bigot, which we didn't realize until the COVID thing, but he's not a good person. Well, I think the music industry knew that. I've heard stories from other friends, but cleaning windows,
What? It's just, just
or
care.
Shout out to our friends, don't clean widespread panic. Cleaning windows with pigeons on the roof.
I need a window cleaner.
Oh, God. I don't feel for you. I think you have screens on the outside.
We have screens. That's how windows work. You have a screen, and then you have a window, and then the windows need to be cleaned.
You're from New York? None of those windows don't have screens. Y'all have little fire escapes.
Those are old buildings, man. It's a whole different city.
I feel like this is a fairly old building.
This was built in 1902.
Okay. You can see that the joists.
It's
pressed.
There's some weird lines going on. It's definitely a cool space. But
shifting foundation a little bit here.
It's
here on the right.
Yeah, everything's
it looks sharp though. Your house looks really nice.
We're into it. It's a great place to host. You can always do your podcast here.
I do appreciate that.
It's a good zone.
Well, you're not out of the woods yet. This episode's not done.
Yeah.
I know. We have one question that I feel everyone loves to hear the answers of. And it's, I think, one of the hardest hitting questions we offer today. Tomorrow you die. Okay. Tonight is your last supper. But you get 3 people to join you at this last supper, dead or alive. They cannot be friends or family. Who are your 3 guests, and what are we eating? It sounds like chicken parm.
Oh, shoot. I'm pizza all day. I mean, dude, I'm getting a salad slice, a cheese slice, and a chicken parm. And I'm going in at Glenville Pizza. It's going to be LD, Larry David. Shout out to Larry David.
Is that New York ties, or are you just like his dry humor? What is it about him?
I think it's his sense of humor. Like, I wasn't a huge Seinfeld guy growing up, but, man, LD's sense of humor is – he just can't not say what he wants to –
I know, that's the greatest.
And that, to me, it's so relatable. And there's something – either you can watch LD or you can't. It's either so cringy you can't watch it, or you're just like that. He said what he had to say, because he's just like, he just can't let anything slide. And I can relate to that, because there's so many times I'm just like, I can't shut my fucking mouth. My friends are like cringing.
I'm Kip.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, he's wonderful. I would say it's got to be LD. Man, I'd probably be sitting with him if I could. I'm trying to think.
Dead or alive?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I think, probably Jerry Garcia. He's a head. I'm a deadhead. My mom was a deadhead. I'm a huge deadhead. And
least surprising thing today.
I mean, we have a strain called Jerry's Dream. I think we have a sugary mama coming down the line. It's timeless. The dead just translates to everyone. Not to everyone, but to me at least. And then I would probably say, I think it'd be interesting to probably sit down with Obama, man.
Barry O is definitely on that short list,
he's got swag, he's got drip. I think he'd be a fun person.
He carries himself like he's kind of got that Bill moxie where he walks in the room, he knows it's his room now.
Yeah.
And at the same, but he treats everyone as if it's their room.
Yeah.
Like he makes you feel
especially
warm.
if he wasn't like on a podium, I think he'd be just kind of chill to like drink a beer with and
he
eat
was
a
a
chicken
big
parm
cannabis
with.
guy in college, I mean, you hear the stories that he just smoked
smoking the grass, dude. So I would say that, it would definitely be LD. That'd probably be, it's so generic, Jerry. And then Obama, I think he'd be chill behind the scene. And, no political divides here. I just think he'd be a chill dude to have a couple beers and a chicken parm with.
And we're going beer. Are we going chicken parm?
Well, the Glenville Pizza doesn't have.
So what's Glenville Pizza? I should have asked you what's the best pizza or your favorite pizza in the New York tri-state area.
Is
it up in Connecticut? Because I hear New Haven is gold.
Yeah, well, New Haven's different, man. New Haven style is different than New York style. So there's a place called Glenville Pizza where I grew up in Glenville, Connecticut, Byram, and it's just, dude, Vinny, man, he's been spinning his Oz, straight mob guy, and
straight mob guy,
cash business. It's wonderful. It's him and his
two
two
sons. Does he have a bookies out front that just hangs out? Is there some guy out there with like
there's a couple guys, man.
Wise guys that hang out up front?
It's a spot. So that's like just 3 minutes from my house where I grew up, and we actually where my brother now lives, 3 minutes from his place. It's just like that place where you grew up eating their pizza, and it reminds you of your youth. Yeah, we played football across the street. It
was the
Civic
post
Center.
game.
It's just like, and it was like my dad's spot. That was Ernie's spot. Ernie ate Glenville Pizza 5 times a week. You'll be Big Ern has to go on. Yeah,
Callie sound like they're
legends.
Him.
So but Big Ern that's what he did. He would do he doesn't eat bread, but he drinks 30 Miller Lights. But he would get
great tasting, less filling.
Dude, he's keto, but he crushes 15 Miller Lights every other night.
Keto.
Yeah, but he just get meatballs in a dish with their marinara, and that was his program. Crush a couple beers and life was good.
Meatballs.
Yeah, so I would say
your dad's got gout.
Ernie's got drip. Is what he's got. No, but it would be a chicken parm, a salad slice, and just a cheese slice.
I love it.
And I'd be happy.
There you go. That's just good old-fashioned East Coast vibes right there.
Give me a slice of Zom. I'm a simple man, Not this artisanal flatbread y'all are calling pizza out here either.
Hey, don't look to me. Now, we've talked a lot about it, but I feel like Denver, and I think you probably could relate. I think we've seen a lot of chefs that have come from the L.A. or the New York scenes, or they've worked in these kitchens, and they've come to Denver we're kind of an incubator city, make something like you could be a one of one here with an idea that you learned or dreamed up or like were taught in a New York or an LA kitchen, and it could be very, like Uncle is a kind of a New York bait, like Tommy came up with that
ramen.
Dude, oh man, that spice, that soft shell crowd.
I don't care for the scene.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of interesting, seeing as you're a low-high guy.
Yeah, but I do ramen every Sunday.
What's your ramen spot? Have you tried Osaka over here?
I've tried Osaka. It's right across the street. I haven't had their ramen yet. I've had everything else.
Karangi?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, their appetizer, because you can keep it cheap with the appetizer menu there. Oh man, dude, honestly, my favorite one is out in Niwot. There's a spot called Sasha Sushi in the Niwot Market, and he does ramen on Sundays. So that's where this stemmed from. My sister and I would do every Sunday. My sister had to work in Niwot. I would go get ramen with her, and then it's just kind of evolved. Every Sunday I try to find a new ramen spot. I've tried a lot of them.
Okay. Yeah. Have you had Park Hill Ramen?
I've not. See, there's so many I still need to try.
It's actually a pretty good one. I like it. And they have a little bonita flakes on top with the chili oil dressed in it. It's a good one. I'll have to look up exactly.
Yeah, there's one on Colfax. It's really good. Couldn't tell you the name. No, it's good. It's by the grow. But that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. But I think back to what you were saying, I think it's Denver's a great place as a chef. I think you can do what you want, and there's tons of people that are willing to come to your restaurants as long as you just are passionate and do what you're trying to do. I mean, if you took New York level, culinary skills or SF and came here, you could have your own concept, man. I think there's as many restaurants as we could possibly have here. I think we could continue to have more. I mean, there's so many opportunities here as a restaurateur. I mean,
I don't know if the term is culling because COVID did take some of our favorite.
Out, yeah.
But it's the turnover and how many the average lifespan of a restaurant is so short, and then COVID took some of those.
Yep.
So you will be curious. I've interviewed some folks in the last couple of weeks. David from Right Cream, Allison from Funky Flame. We saw COVID while it tooketh. It also kind of gave us some of these incubators and these pop-up cats the opportunity to show their stuff because you didn't have to have a kitchen. The ghost kitchen thing's alive.
That's
food
crazy.
truck, the pop-up.
The ghost kitchen thing is just crazy. I mean, it's just completely disruptive. It's genius.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
and
but
so,
we've
seen this huge paradigm shift in the game. So it's like, the traditional brick and mortar is not necessarily the only means of operation anymore.
No.
So it's like restaurants, while you mentioned, we'll probably have more, and we have a fuck ton already.
Yeah,
Can we support them all? It's like we have some that aren't even really restaurants that we can support as well. And then in turn, we have people that are doing pop-ups that are turning into brick and mortar.
Who have you seen that went down that you were sad to see go?
El Chapultepec, the Jazz Book Club,
really?
Right there across from the stadium.
Yep.
It did not serve food, but it was a cash-only bar that had been there since the 60s. That one hurt because we used to go there fairly often. It was the last good bar on Blake Street, across from the stadium. Before, every other bar was full of douchebags.
Yeah, I'm not a Lodo guy.
Yeah, Lodo's awful.
For the people from the
I hate that we
burbs
lost
come to
that
hang out.
one. We lost
Beast
local
and Bottle,
46,
too.
Beast and Bottle. I think that the landlord that owned that building is selling it, and they're developing it. But
like
Chef
that place.
Paul Riley
that was a good spot.
He still has Coperta. His sister.
That's what I saw in your post. Yeah. Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's great. They have really fantastic pasta. They do 5 or 6. Their lamb bolognese is delish. It's almost kind of feels like it's a cetrizini on top of it because it's like the meat almost falls apart in the ragu sauce. So it's
and it's all handmade pasta.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. That was our last dinner before COVID. I'll never forget it.
Hey,
it was 9 different bowls.
So we're opening up on Sunday.
This Sunday?
I believe so.
Yeah,
fake open, but we're at 100% capacity.
Oh yeah. You meant the city's opening.
Yeah,
for those that are listening, 2 weeks ago we opened up fully. I thought you meant your.
Oh no, my stores are irrelevant. I'm just talking about the greater Denver area. It's exciting. It's the end of prohibition.
Masks off, vaxxed and
I think we still have masks.
Damn it.
Or I guess you cannot wear masks.
The CDC
if you don't,
said I don't have to.
You just got to flash the card.
I'll flash that and a dick pic.
Hey man, it's
whatever gets me into a bar without a mask.
That's the key. Speaking of, so what's your go-to bar over in your hood?
So Cheeseman, Hudson Hill's great, right there next to Alternative Medicine of Capitol Hill. You know what I'm talking about? Right there on 13th. They have a cool little back patio. Illegal Pete's has a nice little happy hour right there on Colfax. They have a nice little patio. Wyman's on Tuesdays has cheap Chicago-style pie. And then the old girl lives in Arvada, so Old Town has some pretty fun little spots over there that aren't too terribly bad. Burbs, but fun little town. Fun little
Arvada. What's the go-to spot in Arvada?
There's a homegrown tap and brewery over there that has a full bar, a bunch of big TVs. They have a speakeasy that's set up, and then they have a bar called Bluegrass. That's pretty cool. Live music, and during COVID, they had a big tent and stuff in the back. So accommodating availability is kind of it was a tough squeeze over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Wherever I can get in is my favorite place. So I'm just glad that we won't have to fight each other for tables anymore.
That's that's what's going to be. It's like, because, everyone wants to go out and there's nowhere to go because you can't get in anywhere. So that's going to be a nice change. You're not going to see as many people wandering the streets.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still see them. But
that's
it'll
be. People at least be able to go into where they're expecting.
Exactly.
And that's we're looking forward to everyone coming back.
Finn's Manor is one, like, we would just scoot down to RiNo.
Yeah,
back
that's cool.
Pre-COVID.